When it comes to making good beats that separates you from the rest, you want to keep the artist and the listener interested in the music. Now there's ways you could do that, but there's also ways you could really screw that up. I've heard and made thousands of beats in my career and worked with hundreds of artists from underground to major labels. So today I'm going to show you 4 things that could ruin your beats and how to fix them. Real quick though, I want to show you this CD. I produced 2 songs on the Shoreline Mafia album that came out a few weeks back.
My whole pack is full, 50,000, I got thigh pads. Off the Molly moonwalker like I'm Mike Jack. Geeker, I stay with a torch like a tweaker.
It hit number 4 on the charts and the CD just came in. Not all CDs have credits on them, but I really appreciate when they do. So you'll see my name on Back to Back and Yoga and Pilates. Pretty cool, right? Anyway, let's get into the first mistake. Before I even tell you what it is, let's just listen to the beat. Scene of the crime happens right here. Listen again. So that is a key change. That is what could completely ruin the beat, possibly, but let me explain. If it's completely random and unpredictable and out of nowhere, it could throw off your listener, especially if you keep doing key changes throughout the beat. More importantly, it's about the artist. Let's say I'm an artist that loves autotune, so I have autotune right here. So you guys get to hear my wonderful singing today with autotune, but trust me, it'll help you understand the problem. And they're like, what the f? Let's just focus on the music so you can really hear it, because the drums are hitting right now, and that's the iconic drum kit, which we'll get to a little bit later. And then you try, it doesn't work anymore because you have auto-tune. Let me take this off now. Goodbye. So that's how it could potentially mess a lot of things up. Now, I'm not saying you can never ever do it, but it should be something that you communicate and collaborate with the artist about. You don't want to just throw them all these unexpected plot twists in the beat that they didn't ask for. The next mistake is all about space. So a problem a lot of producers have is not knowing when to stop adding to the beat. Let's listen to this next example. All right. I can't even get a word in. The drums are way too overcrowded. Why is this a problem? I shouldn't have to tell you. If you're an artist and you're trying to rap on this, sing on this, there's like no, it's like a clown car of a beat. There's no space for your voice in here. It's like, even if I tried to talk to you right now, I'm getting blown up by drum sounds. I know it could seem overwhelming at first, but you just gotta go layer by layer. Starting with the 808, we have maybe 60 different note hits in here. Let's simplify. If I was an artist, could I fit my voice on this? So now that it's simplified, and you just mumble. It doesn't have to be words, just mumble like what an artist would say. If you feel like your voice could fit, then you know that you're doing the right thing. Next layer, we have a clap. I mean, I'll just keep this on the 2 and the 4. We don't need all these extra notes. Very minimal with the open hats for the most part. That's fine. Percussion, let's simplify that. The other thing that will ruin your beat is if you're using weak drum sounds. So today I'm using my iconic drum kit that I mentioned earlier. These are the same drums that I used on the Shoreline Mafia album to get those songs hitting. We got over 80 sounds in here that are fully mixed to hit in pretty much every single beat that you make. The open hats work so well with the 808 to give you that crispy sound. You could use code TAKE10 for a special discount on it. Links down below for the iconic drum kit. Don't miss out. So I have tutorials on my channel, but I really go in depth in my online class with over 100 course videos covering music theory, mixing, drums, sound selection, everything you want to know as a producer. I mention it because it's the last week. It's 50% off, the lowest price it's ever been. You also get iconic included for free. So if that's not a legitimate steal, I don't know what is, but use code BIG50 for 50% off. Links down below. This is the last week I'm doing it. The next mistake could seem like a cool creative choice, but it could also make an artist pass on your beat. Got another example for you here. Let's listen for what the problem could be. So you might be wondering, what's the problem here? It's this 1 bar gap right here. Now, I know at first you might be thinking, yo, that was crazy. The beat cut out and then it came back in. I know it sounds cool and everything, but you actually got to think about it. This could throw off an artist potentially. If they're rapping and they're in a consistent flow and out of nowhere, everything drops out, it could completely mess up whatever they have going on. Am I against cuts and gaps in the beat? Not at all. But I do believe that this is something that should happen after recording. Think about it this way. You have an artist who's rapping on the beat consistently in tempo and rhythm, all that stuff, right? And you want to keep it that way throughout the whole song. It would make a lot more sense to go into the song and make cuts out of the beat after recording instead of, oh, let's have them rap and then put a random gap and see if they could keep going. Like, it's kind of like driving on the street, you hit a pothole. It's like, where did that come from? You want to lock in that rhythm first, and then after that, after recording, let's go see where we could do a beat cut. This is a decision you want to make with the artist you're working with, not surprise them out of nowhere in the middle of recording. Now, there's another problem in this beat that we didn't get to, so let's keep listening. So now we have a filter, which is, again, a cool creative choice, but it's the same exact concept. You got the artist going on the beat, and then out of nowhere, there's a whole filter section. Now they're like, I don't want a filter section here. Wait, I didn't want this, but it's already baked into the beat that you made. Don't just make a decision for them. Collaborate with them and see where it could sound cool. This last example, in my opinion, could make or break the beat, so you don't want to get this one wrong. I'm sure you'll know when you hear it. What's the problem here? Bad sound selection. If you use sounds that are just straight out wrong and out of place, yeah, it's gonna ruin the beat. This goes for drums too. If you have whack, weak sounding drums like I talked about before, it's gonna throw off the whole beat, throw off the listener. Your beat's gonna get skipped. No one wants to listen to it now. Your drum sound's gotta be hitting and high quality. That's why I use the Iconic. Remember, take 10 for that special discount. But anyway, the solution is to use sounds that actually match and sound good together. So I have this loop here. It's like a string kind of pad sound. Not gonna sound good with a random trumpet, especially played for this melody. Like, what are we doing? You're gonna want a more ambient, atmospheric sound like a pad, which is what I have here. So this is the same exact melody. This time it actually sounds good. People think, oh, this sounds terrible. It must be the melody. Sometimes the melody's great, you just need a different sound. Let's just try it out for this different section right here, just to show you. Sounds kind of ridiculous, just not the sound that fits. But then we bring the pad in, and it fits, like camouflages right into the beat. You're not taken aback because of how bad it sounds. I know sound selection isn't that easy, so I made a full in-depth course in my online class all about it. How to pick the right sounds for the right situations, what sounds work well together, synthetic sounds, organic sounds, all of that stuff. Don't forget, it's the last week. You could join the class for 50% off with code BIG50. And if you want drums that hit, that's the Iconic drum kit. Use code TAKE10 for a special discount. All links down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this could help. It's Chambers, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.